Amuletor. I don't know how you say it exactly. But I played the demo before, and it was kind of fun, but I wasn't totally blown away. But I gotta say, the actual game is quite a bit of fun. It's pretty polished. It looks great, as you can see from this menu screen. I mean, this is really slick. The leaves falling on the water, and they just sort of lilt along. They did a really good job here. I will say there's a little bit of some brokenness right now in the multiplayer. The only way you can get to a multiplayer match, for some reason, this is a bug that they're aware of. You have to go to a single-player match, cancel it, and then hop into multiplayer. But I already did that, so I'm going to try and join now. This game has 4 stages as of right now, 4 different characters to play as, and they're promising some DLC down the line. It's kind of like a... Ooh, this seems loud. Hey, hope you guys can hear me over this loud-ass battle music. Sounds like we're in the middle of a fight. I think I'm coming in midway here. Okay, yeah, we're already going. So I'm sharing my tower up here with the guys. So there's 4 different characters you can be. I'm the archer right now. I'm going to hop over here. You teleport from place to place, and you can kind of set up. I'm playing with move controllers right now, obviously, because I got my bow and arrow. I hope you guys can hear this. That thing already got destroyed. What the hell? I showed up to a team that was losing. Ah, they're on wave 5. Got J Flood. Is it just me and him? 2-player? That's fine. So there's some traps around the stages. You can see this.
You think they would have attached to Arizona Sunshine to fix some of the issues?
Oh, I think they're definitely going to try and patch Arizona Sunshine to fix some of the issues, because it is obviously fucked right now. And, you know, I'll come out and check it out again once they patch it up, but for now, it is not something I am too stoked on. But yeah, they've got a patch coming out that's supposed to improve aim stability, and supposedly at some point they're going to add some more to the Horde mode, which, that was my main disappointment. The Horde mode was just like totally nothing, totally janky. I mean, I guess the whole game is a disappointment, to be honest, but... This game, though, kind of surprised me, because I'm having quite a bit of fun with it, especially multiplayer mode is pretty cool to see your teammates, you know, hopping around. And, ooh, I got the death power up, I love that. Ooh, can I shoot that thing? Come on, I need some damage up. So there's power-ups around the stage that as you kill enemies, sometimes you can get. Oh, that'll make it easier. We're both trying to get that. Sorry, bud. It's all mine. Oh, we got some incoming.
Yeah, it was whack, expected way more. Is this the character with cleavage?
This is apparently, yes, the character with cleavage. Yeah, I have some cleavage. She's got a little bit of a butt as well. She's the most, like, stereotypically video gamey lady in the bunch. There's also, I'll show up some of these other ones. There's the gunner, who's got her kind of shotguns that you reload by shaking the move controllers, which I think is a ton of fun. She's mostly good at up-close combat. And you've also got your archer, which I had before. This feels great with the move controller once you get it down. I really like being the archer. That's my favorite. There's also a mage. You can conjure these little spells that do sort of like an area of effect damage to your enemy. My tracking seems to be a little off right now. I don't know if that's lag from being online. I've noticed a little bit of lag online so far. The offline is a little bit smoother. But it is fun playing with people online if you can get into a match. Hopefully they'll patch up the issues pretty soon. Back to the archer. Can I get this guy? Oh yeah. Long range skills. Here we go. Gotta get him in the back. Yep.
Did your arms get tired with this one?
Yeah, at a certain point your arms do get tired. I will say this is one that you probably want to play in like 20 or 30 minute increments until you build up some stamina with it. There's no issues with like motion sickness or anything like that. But especially if you're playing as the archer, or actually if you're playing as the puppeteer, this is crazy. So you throw a creature, a puppet down, and then everything you do with your hands is like rendered by the creature. It's pretty strange, but it's a fun little mechanic. Oh shit, I'm not helping my team at all right now. get this guy with the bomb. Oh, I think I gotcha, son. Alright, so the puppeteer is kind of hard to play as. I'm going to switch back to the archer. That one is locked at the beginning of the game. You got to beat the first 2 stages and a boss to unlock the puppeteer. But it's a fun class. They're all pretty fun and have their own unique uses. They did a good job, I think, balancing the classes. So, you know, hopefully as they add more stages and stuff, this could expand into something really fun. I really like the multiplayer aspect. I wish they had voice chat by default. Oh, we won. Look at that. I came in like halfway through.
I actually didn't realize this is a multiplayer game.
Yeah, so there's a single-player mode, which is pretty fun, and can get hectic. You know, you gotta jump around all over the place, and keep track of every little guy that's attacking your crystals. It's sort of a tower defense game, but it's not exactly. You don't set traps or anything. It's really just kind of a fun shooter game, wave-based shooter. Ooh, we're trying out this level, alright. And when you're in the waiting room, you can see people. It's kind of cool. Like I said, I wish they had some voice chat. The other thing is in these menus, the screen always gets all whack for a second when they load up, but it always fixes itself. Ah, connection to the host has been lost. So I have a feeling if I try multiplayer again, it's gonna give me an error. So this is typically what happens. You'll search for a multiplayer game, and then it'll say searching failed, and this is the bug that they're working on. So what you have to do is go to single player, start up a match, and then quit, and then it'll work.
Looks pretty fun.
But
plus, there's a huge PlayStation
once they get
sale
that
right
fixed.
now.
So for now, I guess I'll just show you one of the other stages in a single player match, and that'll give me some time to kind of talk about the game a little bit as well. So I think the price point on this one is like $20 or so, which, you know, for the polish on it, and it looks great. It feels really good. The move tracking, for the most part, is solid. I really like the feel of the bow and arrow. And the stage design is pretty cool. I like the first set of stages because it's like Egypt-based, and I fucking love Egypt stuff. I always have. And this is cool too, this kind of like Greco-Roman deal. And so there's these kind of waves of enemies, and at the end of each, after you know, protect all your little... Oh shit.
It's on sale right now too.
Yeah, this one is on sale right now. It just came out this week. And I actually got 2 free copies of it from the developer, one of which I gave away for free on my Patreon account. And just happened to go to my very first ever Patreon subscriber, Paige. Shout out to Paige. And yeah, so that was cool. So yeah, if I get extra codes, keys for games and stuff every now and then from developers, keep an eye on my Patreon account, because I may be dropping those on a kind of first come, first served basis. Oh god, I'm not paying enough attention here. Okay.
Are you on OG PS4 or PS4 Pro?
This is OG PS4, as always. Maybe someday I'll get a PS4 Pro, but not yet. I love the look of this game, though. It's very cartoony, it's cel-shaded, but it runs really well. There is occasionally some lag online, but when you're playing single player, it is smooth as butter. And it just looks great. I like the variety in the classes, although I tend to sort of just stick to the archer, because that's the most fun for me. But like I said, even the developers of this game... Oh yeah, I could do a PS4 Pro Patreon goal, although I'm making like $15 a month right now, so I don't know if it's gonna be anywhere near that. Shit. Okay, so... God, what was I saying? You got me talking about money now, I don't like it. Get this guy. Oh, but yeah, this game has a lot of polish. You know, it does one thing and it does it well, and it has a little bit of content. You know, the worst part of it, I guess, is probably it's a little light on content. But once you get the multiplayer matches going and you play at higher difficulties and stuff, I can see it being quite a bit of fun. And the bosses are well designed. To me, this is kind of like capitalizing on the the potential of a game like Pixel Gear. Like, when Pixel Gear came out, I was stoked on it because it was a cheap little game, simple concept, and it did it really cleanly, and it did it really well. And this game does that, but it adds more content, a variety of characters, all kinds of cool stuff. God, I hope you guys can hear me over this music and explosions and stuff. Alright, so you're probably tired of the archer. Let me switch over to the gunner. Some people have made an Overwatch comparison, and I can see that with the look of the game, the kind of cartoony style.
Any chance of adding
but it
you
just
on
looks great.
PSN to play a session or two of inebriated co-op one of these days?
Oh yeah, you can add me whenever.
Have you played Arizona Sunshine yet?
Oh, I have absolutely played Arizona Sunshine. I've got 2 videos about it. Spoiler alert, I was not very impressed. I was not very impressed. I'm sorry. It seemed like, I don't know if they rushed it, or I just don't know what the issue was. It didn't have anywhere near the level of polish that it should have for a $40 game with that much hype behind it. Oh, come on. Alright, this is getting rough here. Don't mess up my crystals. Use my power shot. So you have, every character has like a special charge-up weapon they can use. Your stuff usually glows when it's ready to go. And, oh god, they lock down the... Okay, mages can like lock down the teleport pads. So I guess I didn't really explain the whole concept here. There's waves of enemies coming at your crystals.
But it's sold out everywhere.
Ah, yeah, that sucks about Farpoint. Yeah, the AIM bundle, I've heard, is really hard to come by these days. I got really lucky and got one on launch night without having pre-ordered it. But I called every GameStop in Orlando, and it took a while. Okay, so yeah, waves of enemies come. At the end, sometimes there's a boss. You teleport from pad to pad, and you can kind of keep an eye on, you know, your whole environment here. Oh yes, I've meant to mention that. It is Daquan Wizza. That's a little hard if you're not familiar with Wu-Tang, but it's like Raekwon from Wu-Tang, except with a D at the beginning. And then it's like Jizza or Rizza with a W instead. So it's Daquan Wizza. If you really, if you need more, I can spell it in the comments. Ooh, rectum. Out of my way, mage. Out of my way. Got orbs coming from everywhere. Oh, skeleton ain't gonna touch my crystal. Fat guy with a bomb ain't gonna touch my crystal. Instant death to everyone alive. Yep, that means you. So you can see the gates where they're coming from, like over here. That kind of gives you an idea of where you need to plan. And it's actually at the beginning of each round, it's got a map almost of the route that the enemies are going to take. That said, I never really pay attention to it. I just kind of play it by ear. Oh, got some good.
What is your record?
In this game, I've only been playing it a little bit, honestly. I started playing it last night. I've probably put an hour or 2 in. I actually haven't even beaten the second round of stages yet. But figured I'd get a review out while it's still early. And, you know, I can already tell that I really enjoy this game quite a bit. And as they keep adding content, I think it's going to have a decent amount of longevity, because the core gameplay is pretty satisfying. It's pretty fun. Alright, wave 5 out of 6. I think we're going to do it. So yeah, you can see they show you sort of the route of the incoming enemies. The teleporting feels good. The weapons feel good. I don't know if people like switching between classes. I guess you're supposed to in single player. Maybe as the difficulty ramps up, you need to use different characters at different times and stuff. For me, I'm pretty solid just being the archer, but your mileage may vary. I've heard people say the archer is hard for them to use, and that it gets you tired after a while, which I can totally see. Gotcha, buddy. What? You ain't dead? Alright, now you're dead. Yeah, so hopefully as they add more stages, I'm assuming as the enemies, you know, from stage to stage already change. Like you've got different enemies in the Greco-Roman stage than you do in the Egyptian stage. Hopefully they'll keep adding more enemy types as they expand the content here. And it looks like they've even got more classes planned, which would be pretty sweet. I'm curious what they've got in mind for that, but what you've got right here is pretty solid. It's polished, it's fun, it works well with the move controllers. I don't think there is a DualShock option or anything else, so you've got to have the move controllers for this one. But if you got them, not a bad way to spend your money or your time. Okay, my crystals are getting a little bit messed up here. Ooh, right in the knee. Again. Got it. So just out of curiosity, I know I mentioned it at the beginning, but can you guys actually hear me over this game? I hope this is a stream I can actually use, because every now and then I run across a game that's so loud. This one does feel kind of loud, but let me know. That guy blew himself up. Alright, what do we got? Wave 6? Alright. Let's change it up a little bit.
More sounds good.
Sounds good? Alright, I'll take it. Oh, got a guy coming here. Ooh, I'm waiting for you, buddy. I'm waiting for you. That can be quite a bit of fun, actually. It's not the most efficient class, honestly. If you have one big group of enemies, it can be good. But I think definitely the archer is more versatile than the guy who just swings his arms around. But it is fun. I think I mentioned before, the developers of this game mentioned that they kind of wanted it to be a stamina test at a certain point. God, why can't I hit that guy? Oof. And I can see what they mean, because at a certain point, you know, when you play for 20 or 30 minutes, and you got waves and waves of guys coming, you just keep pulling your bow back, you do get tired. But it's you know, some of these VR games are a little bit of a workout, and that's part of the thing about having motion support. It feels good. It's quite a bit of fun. Ah, they blew my crystal up! Motherfuckers. Stop it! Stop it! Get away from my crystals! Oh god, I should switch to somebody else. Okay, I'm gonna try this one out. It's for a group of enemies, I feel like... Yeah, here we go. Yes, 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 that's what I'm talking about. Okay, this guy is actually really effective. Woo! Yeah, because his attacks have some range on him. Okay, he's temporarily disabled, it looks like. Oh, I totally recommend this game, yeah. I am having quite a bit of fun with it. The demo didn't really sell me on it, but playing the full game, I like it. It's, you know, the content is a little thin, but they're adding more. Hey, I won. Seems like they're committed to adding more very soon. I only got 1 star on that. It's probably because I was chatting the whole time. Yep. Alright, let me see if I can get in one more multiplayer match here. Otherwise, I will wrap it up. But I think you probably got an idea at this point if you'd be interested in it. Like I said, there's 4 different classes right now. They're adding more, and there's 4 stages, also adding more there. And it's really slick. It's well done. Feels good. This menu screen is one of my favorite menu screens that I've seen in VR. It looks great. Alright, so here's the trick that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you're having trouble getting into a multiplayer match, go to a single player match, start it up, and then quit immediately. This is the trick that the developer themselves posted on Reddit. So, you know, if you're having trouble getting to a multiplayer match, this does tend to work. So hopefully they'll be patching it pretty soon. But what you do is you hold the character select button and you go to quit, hop back in the menu. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass. This is probably my biggest issue with the game, but You know, a lot of these PSVR games have network issues right at the beginning, and especially with online multiplayer. So, oh, it failed again. Geez, that sucks. Well, try it one last time. Well, at least I got to show you a little bit at the beginning there. Like I said, overall, I think this is a good package. Once they fix up that multiplayer, that's a fun mode. I really enjoy it. Single player is pretty fun as well, but lacks a little bit of the spark of having other people there with you. And I like the stage design for the most part. I like the character design, and it seems like they're going to keep adding content. So, yeah, I will give this one a recommendation for sure. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Catch you next time.